Speaking of great pets, that's a good screensaver, Dana, with the cat.
Yeah, that's my background. I have two at home. So I will start with a little introduction of myself. My name is Dana Lester. I work for WVU Extension Service Family Nutrition Program, and they asked me when I first done the very first presentation if I would kind of explain myself in pictures. So I'm a wife, a mom, a mama now. I believe wellness is um, more than just physical wellness, but mental, environmental, social, emotional, spiritual health as well. Um, I'm also known in McDowell County as the fruit and vegetable lady because I'm always carrying around fruits and vegetables for them to try. And I also love the great outdoors. So I love getting my hands kind of dirty in soil. I think soil is also um, good for the soul. Um, so that's about all about me. Margaret, if we have questions in the chat or people have questions, if you could just kind of put them toward me so that I can answer them. So
Yes.
if you have questions during the presentation, feel free to ask in the chat. Um, I'm a health educator. I work in McDowell County. McDowell County is kind of an older population. They they're right in the middle of a food desert. We lack um, quality fruits and vegetables, I would say, because of the fact that takes so long to get things to McDowell County. We also lack health care, and we have the only state-owned hospital in West Virginia, and I think the nation. We have the highest number of people living in poverty in West Virginia. Myself personally, I've helped develop some school-based gardening programs in McDowell County, and I was also the visionary for our mobile market, which is the Go Grocery Market. Um, my program goals is direct education and public health. However, in our organization, we have two different kinds of educators. We have SNAP, which is supplemental nutrition. Um, uh, Assistance program. It's the food stamp program. So we're food stamp funded. Then we have also FNAP, which is um, Expanded Food Nutrition and Education Program, which was funded under the 1862 Land Grant University system. With SNAP, our educators' focus is direct ed and public health, where FNEP is mainly direct education. However, in recent past of the funding cuts, FNEP, um, some of their educators also um, do public health as well. I know that was a question that I had the last time I presented, so I wanted to bring that out. So, some of our public health programs, oh, I went the wrong way. Um, So we focus on policy systems and environmental change. And so we have four categories: campaigns, healthy schools and child care environments, food access, and community, school and community walking promotions. Um, so under campaigns, we have Rethink Your Drink, Snap at the Farmers Market, Grow This West Virginia, Food of the Month, which is becoming Harvest of the Month, um, Edible Gardens under Healthy Schools, Cardiac, where we check for AN on the back of the neck, which is it's called, I can't pronounce the words, but it's called
Acanthosis nigricans.
so it you look at the dirty it's dirty neck syndrome is what I always let people know, but it's raising of the back of the neck, and it kind of makes your neck look dirty, but it won't clean off. And then we also take height and weight of kindergarten, second, and fifth graders. We have food access, which is farmers markets, food banks, food pantries. Um, just a little side note. Today we received 42,000 pounds of grapes in McDowell County. Our our truck broke down, so it was late getting there, and people were kind of getting, because I had promoted it out in the community on my Facebook page, and people were kind of, I think, lined up, and so it finally got there. But um, yeah, that was interesting. And then, of course, the school and community walking program promotion. So I'll kind of cover some of these um, in this presentation. And like I said, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Okay, so our target audience is limited income residents in West Virginia of all ages. Uh, there's a higher prevalence in men um, and age 18 to 24 um, with less than a high school education, an income of 25 to 29, 999,000. High school students, we focused on a digital campaign, and all participants of the family nutrition program are kind of layered into that. So the first thing that we focus on is community outreach and education, where we go in the community and we teach people that they should choose water over sugary drinks. And we usually have some kind of display set up in the community, like the one shown here. So she has her bottles of the different beverages, and then on the other side, she has sugar packets and how much sugar is in some of those. We also set up water stations where we put fresh fruit in water and let it infuse, and people are able to taste it, and it allows them to see that, you can jazz up your water and make it taste a little better. Sometimes we bring the wheel, and the wheel allows people to spin it, and then we have facts about all the different drinks. And then we also have recipes that people can buy as well. Now, we have two different kinds of programs. We have a series where we go in to the school, or we send boxes into the school of activities that the kids can do for like a whole week, and then they get a water bottle at the end. Um, we also have tattoo stickers, those kinds of incentive items. So all of those are things that we do to kind of incentivize our program. Grow This West Virginia. It's a garden challenge, and people sign up for the challenge each year, and anyone in West Virginia can join. We have individual groups, family groups, and also like groups like if the McDowell County um, Commission on Aging would want to join, they can join as a group. We do challenges throughout, and they can win prizes. And then at the end, they win. The winner gets a certain amount of money. Um, so this is kind of, we have a Facebook page, and this is what the top of the Facebook page looks like. It's at Grow This West Virginia. We also set up I don't know that we set up this big tent and everything now, but We set up little things at different areas like the grocery store or fairs and things like that so that people can actually get seeds in their hands. Um, I usually order extra seeds so that I have seeds that I can take out in the community and give out to people who want seeds. We also do where they can actually plant seeds, like you're seeing there on the left hand of the screen. They plant their seeds in um, it's a compostable little bag, and they can actually plant the whole thing into the ground. And the resources are our Facebook page, our Grow This brochure, grower guides, seeds. They have to sign up for the seeds, like I said. And then we have Grow This garden stakes. Now we're getting into the edible gardens. So our target audience is low income individuals of all ages, participants in existing SNAP Ed and FNET programs, whether it be at a school, a recovery center, workforce training, day report, parent programs. I mean, we do a wide variety. I'm on the youth side, but we do have people that do the adult side, which they focus on some of those other programs. Mine is mainly in the schools and at child care centers, 4-H camps, things like that. We provide support and leverage resources for stakeholder establishing gardens. We coordinate educational activities with garden production, such as tastings, cooking, and food preservation um, programs. Um, some also meet in with the child care director, a child nutrition director, and coordinate with those with the director to get the cooks to put produce grown on the menu to be served as a menu item or snacks. In McDowell County, I'm working on that, and I actually have gotten a little bit closer to it than I have in the past. We also assist students in hosting a farmers market with produce to integrate in entrepreneurship as well into uh, the program. In McDowell County specifically, we developed a program called the McDowell County Youth Producers Association. And our students, the first couple of years, they actually were the ones that went out and sold the produce and brought in the money. And what we used the money for was to actually put it back into the gardens so that they could keep it going. And then we have the direct education. The adult program is shut I just lost it. Eating smart, being active. Um, we use um, with the family nutrition program, we have adult and youth, and so I'm on the youth side. Show Me Nutrition is the main curriculum I use. It's developed by the University of Missouri, and it's an age-appropriate, interactive series of lessons focused on nutrition, physical activity, and wellness. Each specific lesson, we have usually the a small lesson. We do some physical activity with the students, and then we always have something to taste that kind of goes with the lesson. So if we do a dairy lesson, we usually have some kind of dairy in the tasting. Um, Objectives in the area of wellness, health, physical activity, and these are all lined up with content standard and objectives of the Department of Education in West Virginia, as well as the National Health Education Standards outlined by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Another curriculum is developed by the USDA, and it's called Dig In. It's for ages 6 through 12. I mean, it's it's designed for grades 6 through 12, and it um, focuses on the importance of life skills to promote and optimize health and wellness, both in the present and the future. And so, like, one of the lessons that we do is we take the vegetable from the place where it's grown all the way to like our town, and so we can see um, how long it takes to get it from one place to another, and we talk about in that um, shipment, it also loses its nutritional value. So it kind of increases the importance of growing our own food and having our own gardens. Learn, Grow, Eat, Go is a research-based, evidence-based curriculum, and it's part of the Junior Master Gardeners program, and it was created by Texas A&M, and it's 6 lessons. The children learn how to garden. We have tastings for fresh vegetables, and they take part in simple cooking demonstrations within the lesson. One of the things they focus on is the five senses and how we taste with our senses. So we have like they go through the whole thing, and like how things look, how it smells, um, when we crunch into it. Is it crunchy or is it not? And so kind of things like that, so that kids can actually um, taste a vegetable in a different way than just if I like it or not. And I went through that kind of quick, but that's all I have. My name's Dana, and this is my email address. And if that's my granddaughter, by the way.
Oh, she's such a cutie. Thank you, Dana. That was amazing and a great overview of all the cool things that health educators do. So thank you for the amazing work that you do and Noelle does as well. Um, I have a couple questions, and then yeah, folks, feel free to jump in with other questions. So I was looking at your beautiful introductory slide of how you became the fruit and vegetable lady, and I was wondering what first got you interested in gardening.
Well, when I was young, I gardened with my grandmother. And so she gave me gardening activities based on my age. So when I was young, I had a little cup and I was the one pouring the water in the hole. So, and then it just kind of progressed until I was picking and actually stringing the green beans and breaking them up for production. So that's kind of what got me into gardening.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess I have that family connection, which makes it um, more special to me.
Yeah, I feel that way too. My grandmother was also the one who got me into gardening.
Yeah.
That's great. Jenny's got a great question. She just she's asked, what are some of the most interesting modifications you have had to do to fit your community?
Oh wow. Um, so modifications to fit my community. Well, the reason why we developed the Go Grocery was because we went from community to community because the transportation is not as they don't have as good a transportation within communities. And so, like the demographics was one, the landscaping was another. So, it may be 15 miles away, but it may take you an hour to get there because you have to go over all the hills and things. And so I think that also um, was a component in that.
Yeah, no, that's interesting with the terrain. And then Jenny's question makes me think about the recent flooding in McDowell County, and I'm wondering what modifications you've had to make to your programming as a result of the flooding.
Well, um, parts of our county we couldn't even make it to because it washed out the roads. And so I've been in several areas of McDowell County since the flooding, and it seems like the Bradshaw area got the worst, which is in the southern western area of the county. Yeah, I think that's the southwest. But so like roads and stuff's been um some of those places they still can't get in. I shared a picture the other day. There was an older lady. She couldn't get out at all. Her road was completely washed out. They were asking if someone could come and get the actual rocks out of her driveway so that people could get up there. Her daughter was taking food to her, but she was having to walk up her hill, up her driveway, all the way up her hill to get to her. So those are some of the things that have happened during the flooding.
Mm. Mm.
Okay,
And
Dana, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
My program or project that I submitted is focusing on SNAP, and it's to teach SNAP children how to do container gardening. And one of the things we're concerned about is the confidentiality of being able to get that information, because we know we can't have a list of who the SNAP recipients are. Do you have any recommendations on how to get to those folks with confidentiality in mind?
Um, I mean, they used to have to go to the actual office to sign up for their SNAP benefits each month, but they no longer have to do that. Um, so you're looking at families, right? And container gardening.
With children. I mean, the focus is on children.
Oh, okay. Could you have like some community events and possibly do your enrolling that way?
Well, we're going to partner with the farmers market who has the SNAP tent and manages the SNAP dollars. They know who the recipients are.
Mm-hmm.
And, for $50, they get $100 to spend in the market. Sponsored by, I think it's Metcalf, it's the Morgan County fruit farmers for the most part. And on the end of April, I'm doing a presentation of my program at the Senior Citizen Center as a way of asking them, if you have kids or grandkids on SNAP, here's applications, have them fill it out and give it back to me. And so those are the two means that we've identified right now.
Have you thought about maybe doing a presentation at the welfare office?
Well, we're focusing the first round on 10 families in Berkeley Springs because of transportation, who's going to drive from Paw Paw at one end of the county to Hedgesville at the other end of the county and actually come into Berkeley County for the market, because Hedgesville has a farmer's market now as well. So those people on that end have that as a shopping place, for fresh food. And then next year we're taking it countywide once we
Okay.
get our
Have
feet
you
wet.
thought about checking with the WVU Extension Service? They have um, they have a health educator there that is um, very active in the community with gardening, and she probably could
Cindy
help
and
you.
I, Cindy and I are very good friends by now. Yeah.
Um, so if the youth educator actually works with some of those students, so they could tell you in the areas where there is more prevalence of SNAP participants than other places, because we have to
Yeah.
focus our programming specifically within communities that have more SNAP participants.
Well, I volunteer in the children deficient nutrient program where we do backpacks, um, and they go to the kids on Friday. So I know just by looking at the number of backpacks we have to pack each week for the different schools and areas, where those children are located.
Yeah. Well, could you possibly put something in those backpacks to maybe promote your program and pull in participants?
Absolutely. That is wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, we put flyers for different things in the backpacks.
Mhm.
And all I need to do is talk to the coordinator, and I'm sure she would support me in that. I never even thought of that. Thank you.
So maybe start with one community this year and maybe move on to um, different communities next year.
Mm-hmm. But we've only basically have two, Berkeley Springs, which has everything in the east of us, and Paw Paw, which is everything west of us. And Paw Paw is the most poverty group and the most number of backpacks that we pack each week.
Yeah. I would start with the
That is
backpack
an
program and putting in like little leaflets in there and
mhm.
put your number, your email address, and people can call you to sign up.
Yeah, that is, and in fact, I can even put the application in with my information on it and just ask them to mail it to me or email it if they have that.
Absolutely.
That
Yeah.
is wonderful. The question was worth it. Thank you.
Well, one of the things I was thinking about, what did you do with all those grapes? Dana, that you found, how did you get those out to
Well, I'm blessed to have a group that it's a refuge in Christ. It's a church, but they also have like a baby pantry, a food pantry there, and which is down next. It's in a town called Racel, which is next to Bradshaw. And I specifically picked that area because I felt that that area was the most affected by the flood and that they might would love to have some fresh grapes right now.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
they've been feeding like I think they've been I think the last account I had they sent out 1,000 plates of food to people down in that area.
And are the kids in McDowell County back in school at this point?
Yeah, they went back to school well beginning of this no
The
beginning of
10th. They
last
went back
week.
the 10th.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good. Well,
Another interesting fact is um, our schools in the different areas were actually some of the people that were focused, some of the places that were focused as distribution stations. So our schools served a critical role in getting the needs to the people.
and Jenny told me that you served a critical role in helping food to come in and go where it needed to.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do in extension. In different times of need, we just jump in and, we know our communities so that we can make sure things get where they need to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I just asked Jenny this question, but I'll ask you too. For folks who are interested in donating and helping resources get to McDowell County, what are some places you recommend donating to?
Well, our main hub is the McDowell County Commission, which is located at our old armory in McDowell County, which is in Welch.
Gotcha.
And they distribute from there to different communities.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. And then Jenny's question just came in, and I love this one too. She asked, what has been one of the One of the more entertaining moments from your 10 plus years of work in rural West Virginia.
Oh, wow. Let's see. One of my most entertaining moments. Um, can't think of anything right now. I mean, just some of the things the kids say and do, and um, if I've served something that a kid hasn't tried before, and they know that they like it, like one little kid, one time I did, well, actually, one of my beginning photos. I don't know how to get there quicker than this. Um, you see the little boy with the um, cracker, and it's got a face on it. One time I did some bagels, and I served olives, and the kid had never had olives, and he was just so excited about. He said, "Miss Lester, I really like olives," and I said, "You do?" And he said, "Yes," and I said, "Well, that's terrific that that you like all." He'd never tried them before, so I think the excitement in the kids' eyes when they've never tried anything and they actually like it. I also had a high schooler go out to the garden, and I asked him to pull me a carrot because that was what we were focusing on that day, talking about. And they pulled the carrot out of the ground, and the carrot was purple. And they come out and they said, "Miss Lester, this carrot is purple." And I said, "Yeah, there's purple carrots." And they were just so excited to pull that purple carrot out. So little things like that. It's not nothing magnificent, but little things like that is some of the things that spark in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that kid will remember pulling a purple carrot out of the ground forever.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
really cool.
yeah. Originally, a carrot wasn't orange. It was actually purple. So,
Oh,
yeah. So yeah.
I did not know that before right now. So, yeah, you learn something new every day. Another question that I had, I'm interested in this Show Me Nutrition curriculum, and I was wondering what ages the lessons cover.
So, I focus on kindergarten through third,
Okay.
through kindergarten through fifth. So we have K through two, three through five. No, well, does it go beyond five? I think there is maybe
I'm
a,
not sure. I've never used anything with older kids, but I
it
don't know
may
that
go
there is.
above that, but we don't
Yeah.
use that curriculum. Our focus is kindergarten through fifth grade.
Gotcha. And how many lessons come in that curriculum?
I think the curriculum has 10 or 11 lessons, but we focus on specifically six. Um, that's our set number of weeks we go in.
Gotcha.
And then just to clarify, there's a separate curriculum for Show Me Nutrition for each of those grades.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's age
Yeah.
appropriate for each grade.
Hmm. Kindergarten through two, we use a lot of books, and we teach through books.
There
Uh,
is a pre-K Show Me Nutrition too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, oh, goes up to 8. Jenny just looked it up. That's good to know.
I thought it did, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to say yes if it wasn't.
Yeah, I've never seen it past 5, but
Mm-mm.
There's no
I guess
sixth
it's just
grade
not
though,
popular
so
after 5.
I don't know. I feel like Missouri
That's
took
weird.
it and added seventh and eighth, but forgot about sixth grade,
Yeah.
which is true.
Um,
I don't love sixth grade either, so maybe they
yeah.
feel the same way.
We have a teen cuisine curriculum too, and it goes six through 12.
And who makes that one?
Virginia, I think.
Okay,
That's Virginia Tech Extension.
gotcha.
Jenny's alma mater.
And then one other thing I was thinking about, we have someone who's interested in doing some entrepreneurship work with upper elementary schoolers. So, what tips do you have for teaching students about entrepreneurship from getting products from the garden to the shelves?
Well, I mean, the first thing is to get an established garden and actually get produce growing.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you have to have a certain amount of product in order to be able um, to sell it. But when we first started selling, we just put it on Facebook and people come to the garden and we sold it out of the actual high tunnel.
Dana, have you ever sold directly to the school district?
Mm-mm.
Because
No,
the school
this
districts
year's
are
the
required to purchase a certain percentage of their food from local vendors.
this
So
year is the only year that I've actually got to the nutrition director where he would actually talk to me about having buying produce from me. So we're in the process of trying to do that.
That's awesome. And Jenny just added a comment that the kids did sell it to the school system when Perry was the nutrition director, but it was wild, apparently.
There was a lot of paperwork. And I think that was Perry. Perry was a very because he was the attendance coordinator before he was the like his primary focus was attendance. He loved paperwork. So it yeah, that's my best description of Perry. I got to sit in the floor of his office one day a week and fill out paperwork. That's what I will say.
Well, kudos to you for Jenny for doing that to get the food into the schools. And Dana, it's really cool that you're building that relationship with the nutrition director to get
Yeah.
into the schools as well. Well, I ask this question to a lot of speakers, but I think it's always interesting to hear. We'll start with like, I guess it's two questions. What do you find most challenging about your job? And then what do you find most rewarding about the work that you do?
The most challenging. Logistics is probably the most challenging for me because um, to get from point A to point B is not the easiest challenge, but it's definitely worth it when you actually get your rhythm and um, that kind of thing because the kids are so receptive and they love the programming.
So is that the most rewarding piece, the seeing the kids' reactions?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Any other questions for Dana?
I guess one of the other challenges would be um, some kids don't have a lot, and so they're not able to get those fresh fruits and vegetables necessarily from the stores and stuff. And so um, in the garden, we've had washing stations and just let them eat the carrots and the cucumbers, all they want.
Oh, that's the best. I remember going through my grandmother's garden as a kid and her just saying, "Oh, you can just pick that tomato off the vine and eat it." I'm like, "Really? Just like right here from this plant?" It's so exciting. And I still have that same excitement today when I pick a fresh tomato from the garden. So,
A carrot from the garden and a carrot from the store are two different tastes.
absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And yeah, this is so true about almost anything I think about. We're almost to berry picking season and a strawberry picked off the vine. Oh man, it's just can't beat it.
It's definitely different from a smaller garden than from a big production garden.
For sure. For sure. Fantastic. Well, Dana, thank you so much for
You're
being
very
here
welcome.
this evening and for all the awesome work that you're doing in McDowell County. Those kiddos are lucky to have you. Um, and before I let you guys go, I'm just going to share my screen for a second and pull up a couple of key dates because we are only about 2 months away from the end of Sprout School. So I just wanted to go over a few upcoming deadlines and then I'll send out this slide as well in our email tomorrow. So no need to like write these dates down. So we're at week 12 today. 2 weeks from now will be week 13. In week 13 of Sprout School, we're going to assign Learning Lab 4. That's the project report. But no need to fill out this project report until your project is actually completed. So you'll see at the bottom of the dates column, it says on a rolling basis for submitting those Learning Lab 4s. So you've got, you know, months and months whenever your project wraps up, because I know some of you are working on projects over the summer. But to that point, our grants manager would love if Sprout School project expenses can be submitted to us for reimbursement by the end of April. I know that some of you all are doing summer projects, but it seems like there are supplies in them that you could order ahead of time. So if it works to do that, that would be our preference. But if it doesn't work, that is totally okay. Just shoot me an email and we can work out another timeline. But yeah, we're aiming for the end of April to get those expenses turned in so that then we can send you all your participation stipends and reimbursement checks by the end of May. And on our last school meeting, which will be Tuesday, May 13th, we will do just some project presentations, an overview of what your project is, or if you have completed your project, what happened. Um, and then tentatively, we're hoping to have a spring youth garden support network gathering at the FGU office. And we're thinking about that date, Saturday, May 17th. So if you all would fill out the little form that I sent, and I'll send it tomorrow via email just to let us know if you are available that weekend and interested in coming to FGU. Totally fine if not, because we know that the office is in the middle of nowhere. So that's why we just wanted to put out the little interest form to see if people would be willing to drive there. I will say, since we're on this call, shameless plug, Pendleton County in May is one of the most beautiful places I've been in my life. It is just gorgeous up there in the mountains. So we would love to see you all if it works, but completely understand if it also doesn't work for folks.
Also, housing is available like for free. You can stay in our guest house. So
Yes, and bring your families.
yeah,
We can house your families. We'll have activities for kiddos. You can just make it a little vacation.
And it's a
or you can
beautiful,
make it a vacation from your kiddos. That's also fine. Dana, you can come too.
To look on a map, where are you exactly located?
So we are, if you put in Franklin, West Virginia, we're just above Franklin on 33. I guess it's not even really above. It's like more west of Franklin. Our address is 390 road less traveled, which comes from the Robert Frost poem. So you can type that in and find us. We're on top of North Mountain. So really like you come to the office and then there's just a beautiful view of all the surrounding.
Maps will get you there. GPS does actually get you to the office, which is not normal for most of Pendleton County's addresses.
Yeah, yeah. And from Berkeley Springs, I think we're about 2.5 hours from you guys. About two and a
Okay.
half hours from Morgantown. Um, yeah. Noel, was it about like 2.5 hours or more like 3 hours to get?
I want to say it was more like 3. Yeah.
Cool. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay. It's when
Oh,
I bring it up on Google Maps, it says Riverton,
Yeah, that would be it.
390 road less traveled.
Yep.
Riverton.
Yep. Franklin and Riverton will both get you to the same place. Riverton just doesn't have a post office anymore.
Oh, you're below Seneca Rocks.
Yeah.
This is a vacation weekend. Yeah, showing
Yeah, we have a
245.
giant rock. It's really pretty. There's delicious, interesting, the best rural Italian food I've had. Yeah, there's all kinds of fun things.
we're right around
And
the
May's beautiful. May's so pretty.
so pretty. We're right around the corner
We
from
might not have snow. It's great. We have had snow in May before, but we might not have snow this May.
Mhm.
Last time to the we drove down, there's a pretty um local cidery that's just right above Franklin, and so and they have snacks too, so we just like sat out and enjoyed the spring weather and sipped some cider. So yeah, we can make a whole weekend of it. Would love for you guys to come if it works for your schedules.
If it's warm enough, I know where the swimming holes are.
And Oliver the dog will be there. Big hit. Um, he might if
He
we're
is the star of the show at this point at the office.
He's my
Katie,
buddy.
Mhm.
He's my buddy.
He is your buddy. He normally sleeps during like Sprout School, but 2 weeks ago he was very excited, and this week he's very excited. I think it's because he recognizes your voice, Dana.
Great. Amazing. So with that, we will say goodbye and thank you all so much for joining us. And yeah, if you have any questions about anything, shoot me an email anytime, and we'll look forward to seeing you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.